they blew. They blew. Ooh, nice little double kill. If you're looking to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, as well as gun skill here in Battlefield 6, you clicked on the right video. I'm going to be going over some tips, tricks, as well as some drills that you can practice to transform your gameplay. If you're tired of losing long-range engagements, I have you covered. If that sounds good, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, stay up to date with any and all best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, and any updates that do go live here in Battlefield 6. Now, in order to properly abuse the aim assist and improve your aim here in Battlefield 6, you are gonna have to start off with the controller settings. Now, as you can see here, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back, the short paddle set up for jumping. But these settings are gonna work no matter what controller you're playing with, and also no matter what console or PC you are playing on. Now, for your controller settings, you want to expand this tab. I have my infantry aim sensitivity set to 75. I do this so I have enough movement to turn on other players, but it's also not gonna throw off my aim and accuracy at those longer ranges. When we do go ahead and jump into the firing range and go over some drills, you're gonna see that 75 is gonna be perfect because it's not too fast, but it's also not too slow. I recommend going ahead and finding a setting within that 50 to 75 range. It's gonna allow you to turn on other players, but you're still gonna be accurate at longer ranges. Now, my field of view is set to 120. I recommend people to play within that 100 to 120 FOV range. You don't have to go all the way up to 120. I just like the way it looks and feels. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and run it, and I'm really comfortable with 120 FOV. Now, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to turn off uniform infantry aim. You want to go ahead and fine tune these settings yourself so you can go ahead and have full control of the aim assist. And we're going to talk about how you can abuse it to improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill. Now, your infantry aim input curve and your infantry zoom aim input curve, I recommend setting this to whatever Battlefield game you played the best at. Now, I played Battlefield Bad Company 2 the best out of all the Battlefield titles, and that's exactly why I have this set for my setting. But this is going to be a personal preference setting. You might like Bad Company 2 or you might not like it. Again, this is the game that I played the most of if we're talking about a Battlefield title, so I'm used to how the aim assist worked in that game. Everything else here is going to be the same. You do not want to go ahead and mess with any of the other settings, but I do recommend going ahead and actually adjusting your zoom all the way from 1 up to 4.5x. You want to drop this from 100 to 80, and you also want to go ahead and bump up the 5 to 10 to 110. This is going to allow you to have a little bit more control when you are using weapons that have higher zoom optics or lower zoom optics. Definitely keep this in mind. And everything else here is going to be the same. None of these settings actually need to be adjusted here. Now, what we're also going to go ahead and do is go all the way down because there is going to be some controller tuning that you might need to go ahead and adjust here. Now, I do shut my controller vibration off. I don't like the way vibration feels. It's going to throw off my aim and accuracy at longer ranges, and obviously you don't want that to happen. Here are my dead zones. Dead zones are going to be honestly dependent on your own controller health, so you can copy these down if you want, but odds are my dead zone settings are not going to work for you. Now, quickly before we go into the firing range to go over some drills on how to improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill, there are some attachments you want to run while practicing to make things a little bit easier so you can understand how the aim assist works here in Battlefield 6. Now, I recommend running attachments that are going to be improving your hipfire accuracy, like the red laser. You can also go ahead and run the flashlight, which is going to be improving your hipfire recovery. And I highly recommend going ahead and running a compensator that's going to be bumping up a lot of horizontal recoil control, because the side-to-side wobble for all weapons is going to be a lot harder to control versus vertical. And you also want to go ahead and run an attachment under the underbarrel section that is going to be drastically improving your recoil control, like the classic vertical. When you run a class setup on any weapon that are going to be focusing on these attributes, you're going to see that you're going to be a lot more accurate at close range, medium, as well as longer ranges, and it's going to be incredibly helpful when trying to outgun players, no matter where they are, even if they're behind cover or running toward cover, or maybe they're trying to use the movement against you. Keep that in mind when you are playing Battlefield 6. Now, what I'm going to do now is showcase the recoil control with a class setup that does not have the recommended attachment. Now, this is going to be on every single weapon, not just the M433. I'm just going to use this as an example because it is the first assault rifle. You can see the horizontal recoil, you can see the vertical recoil. This weapon is hard to use. I'm not controlling the recoil at all. You guys can see this is where a lot of people are going to be making mistakes because it's inconsistent. It's not going to be smooth, and at any range, the recoil can just take over and cause you to lose gunfights. Now, what you also take a look at is the hip fire. Hip firing in Battlefield 6 is incredible, and even at like ranges what you wouldn't think the hip fire would be good at, it actually is with a proper setup. Now, keep in mind here, I'm not running any hip fire controlling attachments here, so this is what you don't want to do. Once we go back to the firing range, I'm gonna go ahead and prove what I'm talking about running these attachments on any weapon, especially the assault rifles and submachine guns, how much of a difference they can seriously make. You're going to see how much easier these weapons are to control. Now, this is going to be the M433. The recoil control with these attachments, like I said, it's going to be a lot easier, a lot more consistent. At the longer ranges, you can't go full auto like you saw right there, but I'm going to be showcasing how you can control that and remove a lot of the inconsistency. And now I'm going to go ahead and showcase the hip fire difference. I mean, look at how different the hip fire accuracy is with this weapon when you are going ahead and running the proper attachment. This is something you need to run on a lot of your setups because it's going to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, gun skill, and allow you to get a lot more kills than you normally were. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the first drill, which I recommend going ahead and everybody paying attention to. This is going to be centering. You want to make sure that the center of your crosshair, no matter where you are on the map, no matter if you're turning a corner, is always going to be pointed toward dead center. Now, you want to make sure that wherever you're going, that you want to have the center of the crosshair where you think a target is going to be. As you can see, this is where the aim assist is going to automatically snap to. It's going to lock on to the target instantly as long as that center crosshair is going to be dead center of your screen and you're anticipating where enemies are going to be at. This is very, very, very important to do so here in Battlefield 6, because if you do not do this, you're not going to be utilizing the aim assist properly. Now, what you also want to do is practice burst firing here in the firing range, especially at those medium to longer ranges. You do not want to go full auto in this game. There is bloom, so all of your shots are not going to be going where you think they are. That's why a lot of long range gunfights you might lose. But as you can see here, if you're burst firing in like shots of 5, you're going to be able to outgun players a lot more consistently at those longer ranges. This is going to be something that you're going to have to go ahead and practice. You're going to have to repeatedly tap the trigger at longer ranges to reset the aim assist, to reset, also allow yourself to win a lot more gunfights because your shots are going to be registering. You guys can see at longer ranges, when I am burst firing, rapidly tapping the trigger, I am going to be getting more registrations. I'm going to be getting faster time to kills, and the recoil control is going to be a lot easier. Now, something else you want to go ahead and do, and you can practice this in the firing range, is you want to practice snap aiming. Now, what a lot of players, I see it all the time, what they do is instead of going ahead and unzooming, they try to drag their optic to the next target. You do not want to do this. That's going to be incredibly difficult to win multiple gunfights at the same time, especially if you are running and gunning. Now, what you want to do here in Battlefield 6, you can practice this in the firing range. It's going to be the easiest way. is snapping. Boom, boom, and boom. As you can see, I'm actually not going ahead and dragging. I'm quickly zooming in and zooming out, and you guys can see here, the aim assist is taking over everything. I'm not doing anything here, and it's gonna automatically lock on to the next target, the next player, as you can see in the firing range. This is incredibly effective. It works across every single FPS game. I preach this in Call of Duty. I preach this in Battlefield because it works flawlessly, as you can see. Snap, snap, as well as snap. Now you want to go ahead and couple this with burst firing, and you're gonna find yourself outgunning a lot of players very easily at those medium to longer ranges. It takes some getting used to. Even I have to go ahead and practice this from time to time because it's different from playing Call of Duty, and it's a little bit weird going from one game to another. But centering, snapping, burst firing is gonna be a way that you can utilize the aim assist, abuse the aim assist, improve your aim accuracy and gun skill, get more kills, win more matches, and overall have a more fun time. Let me know what you think of the aim assist, the recoil control, and overall feel of Battlefield 6 down in the comment section of this video. Hopefully these tips and tricks help you out improve your aim accuracy and gun skill, and if they did, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears, and if there's anything else you need help with in Battlefield 6, let me know down in the comment section. I can definitely make a video to help you out. Catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.